because it will bother me. All right, cool. Hey guys, all right, I think we're on. We're good. Perfect. All right. Hope y'all are looking forward to the weekend. I know I'm looking forward to it. I still have to work tomorrow, so it's my Thursday, not my Friday yet. So how are y'all doing today? Hello. Hey. Hello. Hey, beautiful people. Hello. All right. I might not stick on here as long as I normally do, just because my energy is like really low. So I'm not like low vibe, just I'm like tired. I'm like exhausted. So I'm trying to get my energy back up so that I can get it do the live for y'all. So that's why FYI with y'all. Okay. So hey, hello. Hello. Hey Kira. Hello. Hey guys. All right, so let's get started. So I'm get my mind wrapped around everything. I'm trying to like wake up a little bit because my brain is starting to shut down. Like what happens is, and this is an occupational hazard, y'all. Whenever you're a professional psychic medium, and you are constantly engaging with energy and people, like at the end of your workday, as soon as you know that you're coming to the conclusion of your workday, your mind automatically like starts to shut down and it starts having trouble concentrating, which is what happens with me whenever I start to get into the end of my day. So I have to wake myself back up and like, wake up, Ferny, wake up. So I'll get there. Normally, as soon as I start reading for people and I start doing the readings, energy starts to flow again, and then my energy starts to come back up again. Because I almost feel like the process of connecting with y'all actually fuels me and gives me energy. So, all right. So for those of you who are new, this is your opportunity to ask me your questions. So if you want to ask me about your life, ask a specific question. What's your specific question? If you're too vague, what do you see from me? Or can I have a message? Or whatever. If you're too vague or general, I'm going to skip you. I don't have time for you because you had your opportunity the moment that I saw that. So you need to just be specific and not be vague or general, because it takes too much time to figure out what you're wanting to know. And people just are really funny when they do that. So just FYI, if you want to connect with the loved one in spirit, who do you want to connect to? And I'll try to connect to that person and bring that person through to pass on any messages to you as well. If you want to be on video, it's always better to do on video mediumship connection, just because it's a better way to affirm or to make sure that it is the right person. Whenever I see you wanting to connect to a specific person, I assume that's who I'm connecting to. And so whenever I get information that comes through, I assume it's coming from that person. But whenever we do lives and such and you come on video, oftentimes people will not you're not able to confirm it. So even though you're in messages and all that other stuff, you're not able to confirm it. And so that's why it makes it harder. That's why a lot of mediums don't do lives like this, or don't do message-based readings for mediumship, because it's harder to confirm or validate the information. But that's okay. I still do it no matter what. But this is your chance to ask me whatever questions you want to ask me about. I usually start off with going through text versions, meaning I look at the comments and look at what y'all are asking, and then I'll do a few of those, and then I may bring a few people on video as well. If you're on TikTok, you need to request to come on video with me, because it's the only way to do so. So I don't know if it doesn't let everybody come on video, but you just have to request to be a video. So there's a little button at the bottom that has like a little loop. It's like two loops that look together. It's like an infinity symbol. If you click that, and then you just request to come on video with me, and then I'll usually it lets people line up, and then it shows how long they've been waiting or whatever. So I look at that, and that's who I pick. That's how I pick whoever's going to come on video with me for TikTok. If you're on Instagram and you want to come on video with me, you need to request to be a guest video. On the bottom here, there's a little button. I don't know what it looks like on your end, but on my end, it looks like a little camera with a plus. But if you click that, you can request to be a video, and then when I go to pick a person, it opens up a menu and shows me everybody who requested to be video. So that's how I pick video from Instagram. I don't really pick video through the messages or through the comments. So that's the way that you do it through Instagram. If you're having trouble on TikTok connecting with me through video, take your ass over to Instagram, and then you'll have a better shot of coming on video on Instagram. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, I don't currently have the ability to go on video there just because I use a different system for that. So right now I have two phones. I have one for TikTok, which is my old phone. So if y'all if it starts freezing up or whatever, it might just be my Wi-Fi because I'm thinking that's what happened last time. And then I have my main phone, which is on Instagram. And then over here on my computer that I have tied to the system, I have Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. But I still look at the questions there. So don't worry, y'all. I still try to go through all the different platforms to look for questions and so forth. Okay. I think that's it. So if you want to know more about me, check out my website, fernandomarone.com. Everything is on there. If you ever get messaged by anybody who pretends to be me and offers you a reading and they want money from you, it's not me. That's a scammer. I don't do that. So if you want services by me, you have to go to my website. That's how I operate. What else? As usual, my statements are personal opinions, not guaranteed future events. Whatever decisions or actions you decide to take in your life, you are 100% responsible and liable for. You can change the future. It's never set in stone. And I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a licensed professional. As a medium, I do not see spirit. I do not hear spirit. It's not like there's a person standing in front of me. They are not communicating in perfect English. I'm not repeating what they say verbatim. Does not work that way for me. I am feeling a presence in my mind, and I am paying attention to what is happening within me. And usually I feel sensations in my body, or I have random thoughts come up. I may have symbols show up in my mind, and then I also will have memories come up. And that is what the spirit will use to communicate their message across to me. So I wish it was like, oh, they're saying, and then it's verbatim. I wish it was that way. It doesn't work that way, not for any medium that I know of. So it's funny that show, Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, that's such a laugh. That's so funny. Because it's like, it's almost like they're right there talking to her and she's like crying. And it always made me cry, by the way, because I always cried for that damn show. But it's like, I wish it was that simple. That would make my life a whole lot easier. It's not. It's more like Medium with like Patricia Arquette, where she's waking up and she's all crabby and moody and she's trying to figure out the symbols and it ain't make sense right away. That's what it's more like. That's more authentic or genuine to what it's like. But anyways, they are using my Ferny emojis, which are my thoughts, my emotions, and my memories to communicate the message. Sometimes it's one thing that they can say that I know where they're going with it. Sometimes I have to put two or three together to figure out what they're trying to say. But whatever I get or whatever I'm getting from them, I'm going to share with you if you come on video with me. Okay. All right. So let's get started here. I'm not going in any particular order. Okay. So, by the way, guys, any message from spirit, it's too general when it comes to spirit. It's going to take me too much time to figure out who's coming through. And honestly, if I'm not talking to you video, don't ask it that way. Just ask me who you want to talk to in spirit. And then I'll try to connect to that person. And hopefully that's the person that starts to communicate the message or the information to you. Yeah, Brittany Judkins, do you have any messages for me from my brother, best friend, or parents? Yeah, I'll go with the brother because that's what I was thinking about. The first thing I'm seeing in my mind, I don't know if there's a specific picture with him in a white cap or white hat, or there's a special white hat that he has on in an image or a picture, because I keep seeing a picture and then a white cap or hat. So there's a reference there. He also keeps saying, thank you. He also makes me feel, I don't know, a bit of a drinker, if they did toast to him or they had shots to him as well, but I kind of feel like I want to toast him. So there's a reference to that, or you have his special cup or glass that is connected, because that's the way I want to interpret that as well. He also is showing me the 27th, so the 27th of a month may be significant, or February 7th may be connected, but that's how I would interpret the 27th. He also makes me feel, thank you, he's writing on my skin. So people might have gotten tattoos for him. I almost feel like there might have been at least 3, or the number 3 and a tattoo is connected, because he's showing me writing on my skin, which for me is the association of tattoo. And then also the 3, which I think would be 3 tattoos. Either that, or he drew something that's his work or his art, but it's got a 3 attached to it somehow. But that's how I would want to interpret that. Okay. Yeah, hi Annette Piner or Penner. If I missaid your last name, please forgive me. Hello, Mr. Wonderful. I meet my soulmate. When will this happen? Thank you, from Annette. So soulmate. So here's again. the idea of soulmates is so overhyped. It's like asking, hey, Ferny, will I ever have a needle in a haystack? The answer is going to be no. Soulmates are too hyped up. Most people are not born with a soulmate experience in a lifetime. Most people will not have a soulmate experience in a lifetime. That doesn't mean that the person you're with, whether it be your spouse or whatever, that they're not good enough or they're not right for you or they're not the person you're supposed to be with. You don't come into life only to be with a soulmate. You come into life to have a human experience. Some souls come in with the idea or the experience of a soulmate being a part of their plan or part of their path. And so not everybody will be born with a soulmate. Most people are not going to be having a soulmate experience in their lifetime. So the question, I'm going to reword that. So I don't see you having a soulmate experience in this lifetime. I do think that you will get into a serious relationship though. But here's the kicker. This person, let me describe them. So I feel like the person's name starts with an S, like Steve or Steven. I'm assuming you're straight. If you're gay, you would apply that to a female's T sounding name is how I want to start with that. I also feel that the person either works around ships or vessels, or they work around like a port, because I keep seeing something like that. I also feel like this person might be the friend of a friend or the friend of an acquaintance that you may at some point meet or know of, but not necessarily date or start to get to know on that level. And then the opportunity to kind of get more involved may come up as well. So it's kind of a thing like that. It might take another 2.5, maybe 3 years before this person pops into the picture. So you might have to be patient. Okay. What is my love life looking like is a general question. You got to be specific. Can you sense something for me, please? That's too vague or general. It's not specific. You're missing y'all are missing y'all's opportunities to get me to answer y'all's questions. Y'all are not asking specific questions, y'all. So y'all are missing that chance. I'm seeing the comments. Y'all are just missing that chance. Germ C 3002. Hola, my cousin Nate's funeral was today. Does he have any messages for me? With Nate. So you know what? Let me see.
Oh my God, wait. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi, sweetheart. I'm glad you were on Instagram because I was like, let me go over
Yes.
there and see if
Can
she's
you hear
over
me
there.
though? Yes.
I can hear you just fine. Can
Hi.
you hear me? Perfect. Hi. All right, with your cousin Nate. So today was his funeral. So the first thing that I'm getting from it, first of all, thank you. Do you know if there was a weird so he's pointing to this area here, but I almost want to go with almost feels like a blockage of some sort is how I'm feeling with him. It's almost like I feel like it's some sort of blockage. Do you know if there was any sort of blockage within his system that was either reducing the ability for proper circulation or proper blood
Not
flow?
100% sure. I know he was shot, but I don't know. I because
Okay,
they
here's what I'm gonna say. That's okay. So that's okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. Do you know where he was shot? Do you know if he was shot right here in his like
it's
right side of the
possible.
chest or right here? Okay, because what I'm seeing is I'm going right here, and I feel like whatever's happened right here is affecting blood flow to the heart or to the brain. And so it's almost like this would either be a blockage or which would be a bleed out if he were shot. But it would feel like it's something that right here. I also see the number 3. Do you know if he had been shot 3
I
times or
don't
there
know.
was 3
I don't know.
wounds? Okay, that's okay. In number 3, so either there were 3 shots or there were 3, or he got shot 3 wounds. But there's a reference to that. He also makes me feel, thank you. Was he a little bit inebriated or was he
He
not
could have
100%
been
there when
under
this
the
happened?
influence of something.
Okay, because I feel a little high, so I feel like
Yeah,
I'm not even aware of what I'm
that's a
doing, and that's
possibility.
how he
Yeah.
makes me feel. So, got it. So he's just coming across. Yeah, he makes me feel like this happened really fast, and even though it happened really fast, it's almost like, oh, it was crazy, because he's kind of coming across. Yeah, it's crazy, and then he was out, and he was out of his body. So he's almost like he didn't even have a chance to properly react before this all happened. He also makes me feel that he might not have been the intended target, or he may not have been the intended focus of what happened. Um, do you know
So
about
that's
that?
why I wanted to talk to you, actually. Because
Okay. I kind of so here's the reason why, because I kind of feel like someone just shooting off without really realizing who they're shooting at or what they're shooting at. It's almost like someone just firing off a gun, and I don't feel like there was like he
Mhm.
was the intended target. Okay,
Yes,
do you know about that?
they said it was an accidental suicide. I mean, that's what the police officer said, but what the guys that were around him were saying was something weird. So I we're confused as to what actually happened.
He didn't do this to himself. I don't feel like he did this. I don't feel like he shot himself or even
Because
did anything like that.
the
He said
story
it just
that
got
they were
crazy.
saying didn't
Yeah,
match. That's what I'm saying. Like they talked to different people
yeah.
and it just didn't match.
No, yeah. See, this because here's the thing. I don't feel like he was murdered. I don't feel like he shot himself. I don't feel that from him at all. For me, it makes me feel like someone being stupid, playing with the gun. It went off, shot, and then that was it. Before he had a chance to properly react, he was out of his body.
Okay.
That's how he makes me feel. And so, what I would say is, I get the impression that they were either just being stupid and playing around with a gun that was loaded, or someone was just trying to act stupid and they got a little high or whatever, wasn't paying attention to what they were doing, and then it was an accident. That's how I feel it was. And I don't even feel it's an accidental suicide, because I don't feel like your cousin was the one holding the gun or that he was the one that even did this to himself. I feel like this came from the direction, the way that the wound, thank you, the way that the wound happened just doesn't match
Mhm.
up to what they were saying. So that's why I feel like that's not something that someone who shot themselves would do. Like if someone shot
Yeah.
themselves, they would do it in the head or they would do it in the heart usually, right? But if it's like in a random place in the body, it doesn't match up. So if you find out where the wound was, that will give you an indicator of what exactly happened. He doesn't make me feel though that he did this to himself, and he doesn't make me feel like this was intentional either. He does make me feel this was an accident, but people might have said whatever because they got scared or they were worried, and they
Yes.
might even put the
Yes.
gun in his hand.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he was high and they were just being stupid and it was just an accident. I don't think it was anything intentional. He also makes me feel, thank you, he's laughing. Um he's funny. He's funny. He's a funny guy. He's like he's just too soon, too soon. 20, thank you. Do you know if the
I
20th of
think
the
it's
month is
his birthday.
connected?
No, no, no. He
Okay.
died. He
So that's
died
just
on
his way of
January
confirming that.
20th.
Okay, that's it.
Yes.
So he's just acknowledging the 20th connection. So that's when he died, then that would make sense. He's laughing about the loud sound or the obnoxious sound at the funeral. Did someone accidentally either fart or there was like a
It was
trumpet that went
loud
off?
drums and it was very loud.
Okay, do you know they had horns or there was a horn or there was like a brah? I'm hearing a brah. Like that's what
I
I'm
didn't
hearing, that
hear
sound.
that. It was just loud in general. The whole thing was loud. So,
Okay. Well, he's acknowledging the loud sounds, but he's also laughing because it's a funny loud sound, is how I want to acknowledge it. Because he was making me feel like when you hear like a trumpet make a rah, or when someone releases gas and it's funny and everybody's like laughing, he's acknowledging that. So if people were laughing when they were listening to the music, maybe that's what he's trying to say. But I want to say there was a sound or something funny that may have happened because he's acknowledging that. Did they have to split it up into two separate hours, or they had to split it because of the way it was
two
done?
separate hours, as in today.
Like if they split it between like not so much days, they had to split it between times in the day, or they had to split the way that they did it because of the people that were there.
Well, for two different things. But today, it was the funeral, and then we drove somewhere else for the eating, for the food, the repast. But everybody
Okay.
that was at the funeral was not at the repast, and I don't know if that was intentional or not. But
Mm. Well, what he's doing is he's almost splitting it. Like I don't know if there was a split in the family,
yeah,
or people were not getting along, or if they
yeah,
did stuff separate, where some people were there for a little bit, and then when the rest of everybody came, people left, and there was like
yeah,
two separate things. But that's the way he's making me seem. So it's almost like that's what I'm saying. They had to split it in half, or had to do it in two separate times
that's very
because of the
possible.
people
That
that
is
were there.
correct. It's very possible.
Okay. He also, thank you. He's Jordan's. Jordan. Is it the
It's
name
his
Jordan
brother.
or Jordan Shoes connected? Okay. He just wants to acknowledge his brother and say hello to his brother. He's trying to connect with. He's actually trying to communicate with his brother. So his brother might have had an experience or may have thought he heard him. But he says he's trying to reach out to his brother. He also said Jr. like junior. Is he the junior? Is your cousin the junior?
I don't think they're the junior.
Okay. Which one is the junior of them?
Neither one is a junior.
No, you know what? That's not it. That's not it. Do you know if he had a friend named Junior?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know his friends. He had friends there, yes.
Okay.
He had friends there. I don't know their name.
Okay. Just FYI, there might be a junior connected to what happened when this went down or when this happened. And if there was a junior or if that's one of the people that said a story, he's just saying it's okay. He's not holding any grudges. So he's okay. He's not even like, he's saying, so you shot me, you killed me. That's all right. I'm okay. Like, it's almost like your cousin is not even trying to make a deal out of it. But he's okay. He's with you.
Does he have any messages
he's
for my cousin Jovan or his biological mother, Jasmine? I think her name.
There was that your phone?
Ringing, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure. I was like, it was weird. The
biological
mom?
or adopted?
Mm-hmm. The quick question, because he was showing me a baby, so I was trying to figure out who he's referring to. Was there another adopted child? Okay.
He was adopted when he was a baby.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
but there was another adopted child, right? Or another child that was adopted? I think it's his. He's doing this with his bio mom, so this is a symbol for making peace with, or I'm at peace with mom. So that's his way of just acknowledging mom, his biological mom, and making peace with. His adoptive mom, he showed me birthday balloons. Do you know if we're within 30 days of her birthday, or if there's an anniversary?
Her birthday, I want to say, is in September-ish.
No, that's not it. I was seeing balloons, so either they were going to release balloons for him, or they already have. Okay. That's it. He's just acknowledging the balloon. She might have even written something or put something in a balloon, but he's like he's doing something. So there might be a reference to the balloons.
Was his biological mom.
She's the one that did the balloon release. He's sticking with the other mom and balloons as well. So she might be planning on doing balloons as well, or there might be something about her in a balloon that's connected also. So you might need to ask her. She might just take balloons and put it next to his remains, but I feel like there's also still balloons with her as well because he's acknowledging it in that way too. Okay. All right, Mama. Well, you take care of yourself, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Bye-bye. I'm going up here and fix this. Oh, there we go. All right, gotta fix this so that way it's all lined up. Okay, so let me go over here. Anybody on TikTok want to come on video? I don't see anybody in the list. Nobody's requested it, so don't see that. Let me look at some questions here. Oh, look, it starts to slow down when I start looking through the comments. So TikTok lost connection trying to switch. Interesting. So it's slowed down. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Oh, shoot. Come on. Okay, well, I guess it's working now. It's reconnected. So, yeah, okay, all right, I'm here. I don't know what that was about, y'all. For some reason, it's like started to slow down and stuff. I'm telling you, I think it's like the internet connection, which is weird because I don't have any issues over here with this. Excuse me, with this one. So it's anything. Yes, not from nothing but. I had a stillborn in July. Will we get pregnant soon? My mom, Gail. Any messages? As far as like having another baby, I do think that you will have another baby. I'm not thinking it's going to be soon though. It might take another month, another year and 7 months before you are pregnant again or before you have another baby energy pop up around you. By the way, when I say baby energy, y'all, it's usually baby energy for me is either whenever someone is pregnant, that's baby energy because normally people are all excited or feeling a certain way whenever they're pregnant, or when they're having their baby shower, which is the next emotional experience that usually tends to come up with the baby, or when they're having their baby, which is again, same thing. So when I see baby energy, usually I'm picking up on the emotions around the potential of a baby. So I'm seeing baby energy around you in about a year and 7 months or so. Okay. As far as your mom is concerned, your mom is actually holding two babies with her. So there might actually be two babies that might have been miscarried, lost, or terminated, or just didn't make it. But she's acknowledging two with her. But there's a reference there. She's doing this, so there might actually be a ring reference with mom as well, or there's a ring connection that you may have or share with her. It also may have to do with like a stone ring, like a colored stone ring, because I'm almost seeing color. So there's a colored stone ring. Another thing that she's making reference to is she is showing me the month of September. So September may be significant, or the 9th of a month may be connected to mom as well. Okay. Adrian Notaji. If I said that, please forgive me. Will I get married? I do think you will get married. You might attempt it twice. Just be prepared for that because you might get engaged once and then call it off or not go forward with it and then you do it again. So just FYI, there might be 2 attempts, but I do think that you will get married. It wouldn't surprise me actually if you end up getting married or going forward with a marriage in about 3 years and 2 months. So in about that time frame. Okay. Go to here because that's acting kind of crazy with the. It's like getting frozen over here. Let me go over here. Abby, will I ever go back to dancing for my job? Yes, but there might be 2 different forms of dancing you might have to do or you might end up going back into. I feel like one form is what you're already used to, and then there's a different form of it that you might have to either learn or integrate into the process. But yeah, I would say I do think that you'll go back to dancing for your job. Okay, that person didn't answer. Let me keep going then. Let's see. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Nobody wants to answer their video. What's up with that? Nobody requests on TikTok. Remember, guys, if you want to come on video on TikTok, you got to request it at the bottom with the little rings in order to come on. Okay. Video.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good.
See if there
What
were
do you want
any
to ask me
messages
about?
from my father.
Yes.
Yes.
Any messages from your father? Um.
Yes.
Does your father have cancer? Okay. Do you know if he had more than one kind of cancer?
Yes, he
or
had
it
liver
just spread?
cancer and he had lung cancer.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like it started one way and then ended up somewhere else as well. Your dad feels a little bit bad or guilty about it. I wouldn't say bad, but guilty about it because he makes me feel like he had some symptoms of stuff that he didn't take so seriously, and he kind of waited too long to get it diagnosed. Do you understand that? Okay. He also makes me feel. Thank you. Did they talk about starting chemo, but before they could even start, they had already decided that it was too far
Yes.
gone or it was already too far along? Yeah, because he's acknowledging like not even getting to that point. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He showed me the 11th. Do you know if the 11th of the
That's when
month
my
or
mom and
November is
him got
connected?
married.
Perfect. So he's just wishing her happy birthday or acknowledge happy birthday or wishing her a happy anniversary or acknowledging that. He also, thank you, Santos. Is there a Santos or Santi or San
I'm
sounding name
devoted to a
connected?
saint.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, interesting. Okay. So he's acknowledging that. So I
Mhm.
guess that's significant for you. Do you actually, thank you. Do you actually perform
Mhm.
rituals or do rituals yourself? Okay, he knows what you're doing. So I think he's trying to acknowledge or let you know that he knows what you're doing. He says to be careful, be careful. So he's making sure you need to be careful, but he's letting you know that he knows what you're doing. He also said thank you. Virginia or Virginia or Virgin. Is there a connection to the name Virginia or,
No,
or Virginia? Then it would be the Virgin then. Do you also do rituals or do you also do
no,
stuff that
but
has to
I
do with the
believe in
Virgin
her.
Mary?
Mm.
Okay, so he's just wanting to let you know, like, you should pray to the Virgin Mary. So almost telling you, like, don't just focus on, like, a son,
Mhm.
like, you want to focus on, like, the Virgin,
Mhm.
right? So I think this is just a way of doing that. Your dad is also, thank you. Did he have a lot of, like, scarring on his hands or a lot of weird
I'm not
issues
sure.
with his hands
Mhm.
from his work? Okay, because he's showing me his hands as if there was a lot of, like, dryness or cracking or things just were not easy and it was getting
Mhm.
really, like, challenging for him. So remember that, but he's almost doing that. Do you remember him having like drying or cracking or like weird
No, but my grandpa
discoloration with his
does.
hands? Okay, hold on, because I want to make sure that I don't have
My
Grandpa
grandpa's
trying to talk
alive.
over your dad. Um,
Mhm.
Oh, your grandpa's alive? Okay, then no. This is
Okay.
someone that's passed. So I'm gonna say this is your dad. So even though
Okay.
you said your grandpa, this has to be your dad. He's
Okay.
acknowledging this. So you might just have to ask your mom because he keeps acknowledging the discoloration or the things that were going on with his hands because he's doing this
Mhm.
as if something's wrong or something's
Okay.
off. So there's a reference there. He's also doing this. Do you have a
Mhm.
bracelet that's connected to dad?
Mhm.
Okay, so he's acknowledging that as well. Did your thank you. Did your lights go off in
No.
the bathroom or in the hallway? Okay. Look out for the lights going off or the bulbs breaking or the bulbs burning out because that may actually be a sign from him to look out for. He's laughing. There's a light that's gone out. There's in the
Mhm.
where your
Mhm.
mom's at, where your mom lives at, in the hallway or to the bathroom. Do you know if there was a light that went out the week that he passed or
I
around the
know
time that your
that
dad passed away?
I know that he
And she
would
just
mess
had to
with the
replace
phones a
it?
lot. I'm not sure about the lights.
Okay, this is a light bulb. This is either a light
Okay.
bulb or the light in the hallway, or there's an electrical where
Mhm.
the switch won't turn it on anymore. But there's something about this either in the hallway or in the bathroom because he's acknowledging something that's connected to light that is that is something that
Mhm.
he triggered or something that he did. So he's acknowledging that. Um, he is also acknowledging a baby, but I almost feel like he's wanting to acknowledge a baby coming.
No.
Do you know if someone's pregnant in the family? Okay, there's a baby coming. So he's letting me know that there's a baby on the way or a baby that's going to be coming into the family within like the next year because
Mhm.
he's holding it as if it's going to be coming. So there's a reference to
Mhm.
that. So just FYI, in case you don't know, you ain't planning for it. You just might
Mhm.
need to be careful or just wrap it up.
Okay.
But there's a reference there. He also keeps it going. Thank you. I'm going to put that aside for a second. Um, do you know there's a reference to the name Jacob or Jason?
No, but there. My mom is married to a J name.
Okay.
Mhm.
No, I don't think that's it. There is a male there with your dad. This is not someone that's related to your dad, or even I don't
Mhm.
even think this is like related to you. There's a male in spirit
Mhm.
who passed young. The name connected to that person would be
Mhm.
similar to like Jacob or Jason. So there's a male like that. Do you know of a male that passed away through either people that you knew at school or through friends who has a J name like
No.
Jacob or Jason? He would have. I feel like he fell off the side of a
Mhm.
house or he fell off a building. Do you know of anybody who fell off the side of a house
No.
and died or who fell off a building? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to leave that with you because there's a male and he's
Mhm.
young. This is like someone your age. So there's a male that's passed,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob or Jason. He fell off a roof or he fell off a building. And I want to say the impact is what causes passing. But I feel like it's someone that died. And they were pretty young. So I want to say they're like maybe 20s, maybe 30s, not even that old. But I want to put them in like a younger age bracket. So there's a male there that's connected. Somehow he's connected to you. And when you find out, you can pass the message on to the family so that they know that he's okay. But he passed suddenly or unexpectedly. So it was kind of like an accident or a mistake.
Okay.
Your dad's okay.
Thank
He's
you
with
so
you.
much.
Sweetheart. He's with you. Okay? All right.
Okay.
You're welcome. Be careful with your
Bye.
rituals. All right, Mama. Bye-bye. All right. Going over here. Oh, we got people on TikTok. Yes. I know. I was like, we got people on TikTok. Trying to get these folks on here. Trying to get these folks on here. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mama. How you doing?
Hi. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. What do you want to ask me about?
My boyfriend passed in May,
Mm-hmm.
and I just been feeling really
Yeah.
guilty.
Yeah.
So,
Don't.
it's getting
Don't.
close to his birthday.
Yeah. Don't tell me too much because I want him to tell me if he's going to tell me. So let me. But when he passed away, had y'all been going back and forth, or were y'all not talking when he passed away?
We're talking all the time.
Okay. Here's what he's doing. He's doing this back and forth, like not. What are you talking about? No, he's going back and forth. He keeps going back and forth, back and forth. Was there a weird communication the day that he passed? Like y'all were not able to like catch up with each other, or y'all were not able to connect with each other properly that day?
He kept calling me a lot. Like he wasn't remembering when he would call me.
Okay.
And then
And were y'all not?
I went to go see him.
Okay. Because he keeps talking about not being on the same page or not. He says going back and forth, trying to communicate, trying to figure it out, not connecting properly or not understanding. And that's the way he's making me feel. So he's talking about an issue like this that was going on either that week or that day when he passed, because he almost feels like a little confused. Do you know if he was acting out of character? He was acting out of, like, he wasn't acting like his normal self?
The night before, yes.
Okay.
Like I said, he was calling me, and like he didn't remember.
Okay. Do you know if he was thank you. Do you know if it almost seemed like he was having a nervous breakdown or he was having like a mental thing going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
That's okay. Do you know if he was sounding a little bit off, like he wasn't making a whole lot of sense?
The night before, yes.
Okay. Do you also know if he was a little, I would say also incoherent or almost like he couldn't gather his thoughts properly?
Yeah, because he kept, like I said, he would call me and then he would call me like a few minutes later.
Okay.
Like he hadn't talked to me.
Oh, so you mean he was calling you, talk to you, and then he would call you a few minutes later as if he hadn't talked to you?
Correct.
Like he was forgetting the conversations or the talk had happened at all?
Yeah.
Oh, now I
Yeah,
understand.
and I kept telling,
Okay, now I
and
understand
I
where he's
kept
going with
telling
this.
him, let me go help you.
Now I know. Okay, I was like, what is going on? Because I almost feel like mentally broken, and I'm like, something's not right. And he keeps talking about going back and forth with you. Here's the thing: was he acting as if y'all had? Was he acting when he talked to you? Did he sound like he thought y'all had broken up, or like you were gonna leave him, or he was worried about this or that? Was he kind of acting a little bit off like that as well?
Well, he was, I don't even know how to describe it. Because we're more friends than he decided when I went to go help him.
Okay.
Because he couldn't breathe.
Okay.
And I had made him go to the hospital.
Got it. Okay. So here's the thing. He keeps going because he kept talking about going back and forth with you, trying to connect with you or communicate with you. So if he was forgetting the conversation or he was not in his right state of mind, that makes sense to me. I also feel like he either thought you weren't going to go and show up, or like he thought y'all were not you weren't going to see, he wasn't going to see you or something. Because it almost feels like I don't feel like you're going to be there, or I'm afraid, or so there's this weird mental state that he was in. Because it almost feels a little bit twisted, and I feel like something mentally was going on. I honestly think it had to do with a loss of oxygen or some lack of circulation to his brain. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that makes sense, because he was, like I said, he was struggling to breathe.
Okay.
And I sent him to the hospital, and the
Yeah.
firefighters told me they wouldn't let me into the hospital because he had been COVID positive before.
Because he's making, so, which, I mean, you already told me what he just passed from, but he's also acknowledging a cardiac event. Do you actually know if he coded, he went into cardiac arrest?
I don't know what he actually passed from.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
I feel, even though he had COVID and he couldn't breathe, I feel like it was a loss of oxygen to the brain, and then the lack of the brain being able to use the heart or function with the heart, which would have triggered like a cardiac event. So I feel like it would have been something like that would have been the cause, like the actual cause of his passing. He's also apologizing for the timing. Was this right around a birthday or an anniversary date?
No,
Okay.
it was just the first time we actually got to see each other.
Okay, so he's apologizing for the timing. So there might have been a date of significance, or this was their holiday, because he's acknowledging it for the timing being bad. So he's making reference to that. He also keeps thank you. Do you know there's a David or Daniel connection?
I'm sorry, I was cutting out.
Mm-hmm. Do you know there's a David or a Daniel connection?
I have a son, Daniel.
Okay, so acknowledging Daniel or your son, or just wanting to say hello to your son. So that may just be his way of acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging, he's just said the 5 as well, so he should be the number 5. Do you know if the 5th of a month or the month of May is connected?
No.
Okay, so the 5th would either be the month of May as being significant, whether there be a birthday, anniversary date, death date in May, or the 5th of a month being connected, because he's acknowledging that 5 as being significant as well.
Oh, well, yeah, he passed in May.
Okay, there you go. So he's just confirming or validating the 5 connection, which would be the month of May. He also makes me feel, thank you, he's apologizing to you because he feels that he waited too long to do anything about this, and he kind of didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. So he's kind of acknowledging that he just really underplayed this, and he's blaming himself because he makes me feel like he could have gone sooner to maybe have gotten relief or gotten the medication that would have helped this. He says he was thinking it. Did he talk about trying to go once before, but it looked like he wasn't going to go that day, or he didn't decide to go after all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me call the ambulance.
Yeah. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do y'all have a picture? Do you have a picture at a restaurant next to the water together?
No,
Okay.
we don't have any pictures together.
That's
Well,
okay. Quick.
I only have pictures of when we video chatted.
Okay, so here's what he's showing me. He's showing me. Are you in Houston? Are you in Texas?
No,
Okay.
I'm in Arizona.
That's okay. Here's what he's showing me, which is why I'm asking about the water picture. Because back in Houston, where I'm from, we have Galveston, which is like the beach, not that far away. And then there's like a seawall, and then there's also these restaurants and places like that around there. Do you know there's a picture of him that is a significant picture that is him next to the water at a restaurant?
No, but his family had showed me a video of him by a pool.
Was he eating?
Yeah, they were having a cookout.
Okay. And you just saw this?
No, I saw this. I think it was at his services. They showed it to me.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. I mean, it's possible he could be talking about that. I feel like he's acknowledging another picture of himself, and the picture is of him next to the water eating. And I'm thinking it was at a restaurant. Or it was like because he almost looks dressed up, unless he was really dressed up for the pool thing, which I wouldn't think he would be dressed up for that. But he's showing me this image of this picture. He's also got sunglasses on as well, so he's got like some shades of some sunglasses as well. He smells really good. Did he really like to smell good, or was he really into colognes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you smell this, you'll recognize the scent because it's going to be something that you recognize with him. When you smell this is him coming around you. He also says he lays in bed with you as well. So if you feel somebody getting in bed with you, that's actually him also. Even though you call him your boyfriend and you said you were friends or whatever, he still is referring to you almost like a significant other. So he's kind of like calling you his unofficial wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, he declared his love to me that day.
Yeah, he loves you, sweetheart, and he is sorry that he did not get a chance to tell you this sooner. But at the same time, sometimes when you're going through something and you don't realize if you're not going to have a lot of time left or not, you start to realize what's important. And I think he wanted to make sure you knew that this was important for him. But he wanted to make sure you knew that. Okay. All right, my dear. Well, you take care of yourself, sweetheart. He is with you, so just talk to him whenever you want to. He can hear you, but talk to him. But thank you. When he says he wants you to be happy and you deserve to be happy, he says he's going to try to help you to connect with someone that he thinks would be a good fit for you. So he's going to try to bring someone into your life. But he says when you're ready, so don't worry. He's not going to rush you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself, Mama, okay? And he's with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. It's hard whenever like you just find out and like you care and you find out that like that's awful. That's awful to have it happen that way. See, this is like whenever you feel like I'm all about like if you feel something for somebody, you know, do it. Like tell them, don't wait around. What are you waiting for? Like just live your life and like, you know, do it. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
How are you? Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Choking on my tea, but I'm good. I'm good. What you want to ask me about?
Good. If I have any messages from my parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From your parents. It's interesting because they just did this, and usually whenever someone does it, it usually means at peace. So either they're
Wait,
just
you're freezing.
yeah.
You're freezing.
Yeah, so they're making this symbol here. Whenever I see this symbol, which is the hands clasping, usually it's their way of saying that they're at peace or they've got peace with each other. So just FYI with that. With mom, mom is showing me the number 2. Do you know if the 2nd of a month or February is connected to mom?
No.
Okay, so she's showing me 2. So either the 2nd of a month is significant or February is connected because she's acknowledging that as being significant. So there would be a birthday, death day, anniversary day in the 2nd, but there's a reference there. So that's 1. And then she's also showing me the 3rd, which would be the month of March as well. So the 3rd of a month or March would also be significant. Okay. You there?
Are you there? Oh, sorry, you kept breaking up.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah. Either your mom said the 2nd, so the 2nd of a month is significant, or the month of February, and then she also said 3 as well. So the month of March or the 3rd is also going to be significant. Okay.
Okay.
Your mom is also acknowledging. Thank you. Did y'all not expect mom to pass when she did?
It was expected. She had cancer.
Okay, no, this can't be mom because I'm getting another female. So I want you for a moment. I'm gonna open it up to somebody else because I feel like there's another person that I need to acknowledge, and it doesn't sound like it's mom because it's too many things that are not matching up. Okay, I've got a female stepping forward.
Okay,
the female that I'm acknowledging or that I want to bring up is a female who either had a stroke or she lost her ability to control her motor function, or she might have had a condition that kept her from having motor function. The 2nd of a month is connected, or February, and then also the 3rd of a month, or March, is connected as well. It also feels like when this female passed, it was a surprise and people did not expect her to pass when she did. She may have also been a little bit younger than what your mom would have been. Do you know of a female who passed suddenly or unexpectedly, who either had a stroke or lost her motor function, and who has a connection to the month of February or the second of a month?
Okay, I have a cousin who passed unexpectedly, very quickly, but no connection to the month.
Okay. Do you know if the second of a month is connected to her?
No, not that I know of. No,
Yeah,
not that I can reconcile.
no worries. So the second of a month or February, and then also the third or March, because those two came up. Either that or I'm misinterpreting it. It is the 23rd, and it totally would miss that. But it's got to be one of those two because that's where she's going with it. Do you know if she also either lost her motor function or she had a stroke?
But we actually don't know what happened.
Okay.
They wouldn't get an autopsy to find out.
Okay, because the way I feel like something is happening in my brain that is pretty much messing with my brain's ability to control my motor function. And I almost feel like that leads to her passing. That itself may not have been the cause. Excuse me. It may have been the beginning of what actually caused her passing, because there might have been also a physical effect on her body. But she's making me feel like whatever was going on in the brain might have been what triggered the situation with her and her passing. Because it's almost like it almost reminds me like whenever I've had a client and they tell me, oh yeah, my mom fell asleep at the wheel and she had a car accident. But it's almost like they think that the car accident would have been the final, but it's the falling asleep that triggered it. She's saying that whatever happened in her brain triggered this thing in her body that led to her passing.
Okay.
Okay. She also, thank you. I'm getting a name also. Do you know if there's a reference to the name? It's going to sound like Brenda or Brandy or Bernice. It's got a BR sounding to it.
It's got a what sound?
It's got a BR sound to it.
No.
Okay. So there's a Brenda, Brandy, Brendan. It's a BR sounding name that's connected. It may actually be someone that's alive. The BR name.
BR.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Brandon. There's a BR. Who's Brendan or Brandon to you?
I don't even know any Brendan or Brandon. No.
Okay, going back to your cousin. Do you know if there's a Brendan or Brandon name connected to her?
Not at all. No.
Did she was she involved in a school? Did she do any work with the school?
Yes.
Okay. There's a Brendan or Brendan. So I'm gonna leave that with you because you're like, no. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you there's a freaking Brendan or a Brandon because she's sticking with it. So here's what I'll say. You won't figure this out when you get off the thing because she's giving me details. So here's what I'm gonna say. Everything that I just said in relation to your cousin, it is gonna make sense. But it all is connected to her. And I think she's just wanting to say hello or acknowledge herself, acknowledge the family. She's trying to tell us what happened. It was kind of like a freak thing. So it may not have actually been something intentional. It may have been something that just happened and was more of an incident. But she's just wanting to say hello to her family and acknowledge y'all. So let me push her out of the way because I want to kind of get her out of the way. But when you go back into it, write the details down, check into that, it'll make sense and you'll figure out who the BR person was. And I think it's just her way of acknowledging that person or saying hello to that individual. So, okay, coming back to your parents, with your mom, was your mom in hospice?
I was very young when she passed, so she was at home.
Okay. Do you know if thank you. Do you know if she, how do I want to put it? Here's what I'm going to say. She showed me hospice. So I'm going to say that they were pretty much prepared for her for almost, I want to say 3 because she's showing 3. So she's just acknowledging that. But she's also showing me the number 3, which again, I want to go into like 3 months or 3 weeks. Do you know if there was already an understanding about her deteriorating for like about 3 months when this was happening?
She was sick for about, yes.
Okay. She also keeps acknowledging her bones. Do you know if some of this affected her bones or went into her bones?
It was cancer in her stomach.
Okay. Do you know if any of it got into her bones or she started to have cancer spread to her bones?
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know.
I'll leave that with you because she showed me the bones. So either there might have been talk about a bone marrow transplant, or there was discussion about her bones and then something getting into her bones and affecting her bone or skeletal system as well because she's acknowledging that. She also keeps thinking, thank you. She showed me the 5. Do you know if the 5th of a month is connected or the month of May is connected to her or to you?
The month of May, my brother's birthday.
Okay. So the month of May or the 5th of a month. So that's the only May reference that she may just be acknowledging a brother or wanting to bring him into the conversation. She also keeps it, thank you.
Yeah.
She's also talking about the other mother. Do you have a stepmother or mother-in-law still alive?
I had a mother-in-law, yes.
Okay.
She's
mother,
not alive.
Okay.
Mother-in-law.
Do you have a stepmother?
Well, I was orphaned because she died when I was 15, both my parents, so I lived with my brother and his wife.
Raised you.
I lived with them.
Okay.
They raised me, yes.
Got it. Okay. Your brother's wife, she's still alive?
Yes.
Okay. Let's call her mom because I'm going to refer to her as mom. Just because if she helped raise you or she was there, I'm going to consider her your stepmother or your second mother because let me kind of acknowledge her.
Okay.
Do you know if her mother is also passed?
Yes.
Okay. Does she also have a form of a condition that was similar to the cancer?
I think she passed with some kind of asthmatic issue.
Okay. There might have been a lung.
Sure.
It's okay. There might have been like a lung cancer or a cancer in the respiratory system, but I'm going to say there's something that's similar to the cancer that she's acknowledging or that the mother wants to acknowledge. So the woman that raised you, who I want to refer to as your second mom, her mom is in spirit who is wanting to acknowledge her or say hello to her. So she's also wanting to acknowledge her or connect with her as well. Got it. Your dad, was your dad a veteran or was he in like, do you know if he served in, God, what is it called? The place that people went to that came back and they, like Agent Orange. God, where am I going with that? Vietnam. Do you know if your dad was in Vietnam?
No, he wasn't.
I need to acknowledge the veteran the veteran that served that was in Vietnam, who might have even been affected mentally by the supposed Agent Orange. Your family's like letting everybody else in. There's another male. There's a male in spirit. He's a veteran, or he passed away. He was in Vietnam. He might have even been mentally affected, or he just wasn't all cognitively there before he passed. I also feel like this man was a smoker, so he would have been a smoker as well. Do you know of a male like that connected to you or your family who was in Vietnam, was a smoker, had some mental issues?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So if it's not for you, it's for the same lady that I was just referring to that raised you. So there's a male who was in Vietnam or in the military. He might have had some cognitive or mental issues that came up. He also keeps acknowledging having difficulty because of the cognitive function. He did get to be an older person. He didn't die in Vietnam. He didn't die when he was young. He died when he was older. But I feel like he wasn't all there. He was kind of a conspiracy nut. So he was really into conspiracies. So this is like an older male that is got all those bits and pieces together. Okay, I'll leave that with you because you're going to figure out who this is. It's funny because they may even have been Buzzy or Buzz, but Bundy, Buddy, Buzzy. There's a Buzzy, Bundy, Buzz sounding nickname or name that he either used or that might have been referred to him as well, because that's the way I want to describe that. So just FYI with that. Trying to see if I can get your dad on the line before I let you go, because I want to see if I can get anything from Daddy.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Was your dad the kind of person where if you needed him or if someone was stuck on the side of the road, he was going to try to help them out?
Yeah, he was a good person, yes.
Okay. Do you also know if he, thank you, do you know if he had a coin collection or he collected coins?
Yes, I remember him getting me like those silver dollar coins and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you have these silver dollars showing up or if you have them randomly just popping up, and these are like old, like the old silver dollars, I'm not even talking about quarters, like silver dollars, that's a sign from your dad.
Yes.
And that's him letting you know he's around you. So that's going to be a sign to look out for. Your dad is also acknowledging a dream that you might have misunderstood or you may have thought meant that something was wrong, but he's acknowledging he was just trying to visit and say hello to you and that you worry too much. Do you remember a dream where you kind of got a little confused as to what it meant with your dad?
Yes.
Okay. He's just wanting to let you know that you think too much and you worry too much and that everything's okay and that he's with you. He also keeps putting his hand over his mouth. Whenever they do that, it usually means that they either didn't share everything that they were dealing with or that there was not that opportunity to say goodbye. Did you not get a chance to say goodbye to your dad?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
He's just acknowledging not having that opportunity. He also makes me feel, thank you. There's a dog with him, and it feels like it's going to be, I almost want to think it's like a mutt. There's like a dog with him that I almost want to call a mutt. Did you have a dog that's, I won't say it's average size, so it's not a big dog, it's not a little dog, it's like an average middle of the road dog that might have like a brownish coloring to it. Do you remember a dog like that?
We never had a dog, no,
Okay.
but
There's a dog. There's even a picture of this dog that existed. So if you didn't have this dog, either this belonged to your mom, your dad, but there's this dog, and there's a picture of this dog. It's like a brownish colored dog. That's in this.
I had a dog, a chocolate lab, after them.
Okay.
Like a few years back.
Okay. What's your? Okay, got it. Chocolate colored dog. Okay. Was it a food name? I keep thinking of a food name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Coco.
Oh, it's my sister. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's it. Yeah, this is the dog. This is the dog. This is your dog. So this is, I'm just messing things up here. This is your dog. So your
My
dog.
dog?
Yeah. So this is the dog. So they're referencing the dog. So your dog is passed, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Coco.
the dog is with them. They've got the dog with them. So this is what they were trying to tell me. It's funny because my sister's dog is a chocolate-colored lab named Coco, which is why I was like, I keep thinking of Coco, but smaller. So, and this dog might have been a little bit smaller than the typical lab, but still, this is your dog. So they're just acknowledging your dog being with them in spirit as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
She was smaller than the typical lab, yes.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't figure out what breed this was, because I'm like, you're like a mutt because you don't look like a full bred. But if she was smaller than this typical lab, that would make sense to me. Yeah, that would make sense to me. Yeah. Your dog.
So they're with the dog?
Yeah, the dog is with them in spirit. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. So when you get over there, you'll see your dog again.
Okay.
Okay. All
That's
right,
great.
sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself. Go back over the recording or the video, or write down what I said, and then check into it, because there's so that way you can pass on the messages to the other people.
Oh, how do I go back and watch this again?
You know what? When I actually will post these, so I tend to post them. I don't even know how you do it on TikTok. But what I would say is when you get off, immediately just try to remember what I said about the other people and the details and write it down. And then look into it, because you'll be able to. I'm pretty sure I'll be posting this anyways, but it may take a few weeks, just because it takes me a few weeks to do everything.
Okay, I appreciate you so much.
Aw.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself. But hey, go get your back checked, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because you might be having a herniated disc or a disc that's kind of acting a bit odd, and you don't want it to become a bigger issue.
Okay.
Okay?
I feel it a little bit. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, darling. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
All right, going over here. Let me go over here. Let me answer a few more text ones. 'Cause I haven't done enough of those. Just remember what I said. Let's see. oh my God, there's like so many like scammers on Facebook. So I'm like having to work through them. By the way, guys, if you get a message or if someone's like, you know, hey, Grand Rising is like the scammer's code. Grand Rising, or they message you or they ask you if you want a reading, those are scammers. Be careful because they're gonna take your money. Oh, they're fleas. There's some fleas in there too. Uh, for those of y'all who are psychics and mediums and who do stuff like this, sometimes when you do readings or you open it up to like public readings, what ends up happening is you'll have people who want to be a psychic or a medium, or they think of themselves as such. And instead of going and building their own audience, they'll go into like readings where people are doing them, and then they'll start answering people's questions to get people to give them their time or their energy. So I call them fleas because they tend to happen, especially when you start doing more and more of the lives. Kind of go through this because there's so many of them. See, can I get a read and I'll send money? Okay, these are free. They're not no cost, y'all. These are all free. Um, Cindy, Silvera, hi, Ferny. Do you see baby energy around me? Not for about 5 months, so it might take about 5 months, but keep trying. But I'm seeing baby energy around 5 months. Okay. Allison Lutt, hi, do you see a new man coming into my life or getting back together with the man I just left? I actually think you might end up getting back together with the person you just left, or getting back involved with them. I just don't think they're the best fit though. So I'm going to say I don't think that's like a good fit for you. I don't feel like it's really going to get you where you want to go with the relationship. But I do see you kind of getting back together with that person. However, FYI, I do see you meeting a new person in about 3 years. I want to say the person's name starts with an R, like RO, like Robert or Rodney or Roy sounding name. So there's an R name association with that person. Okay. And that's the one that I'm seeing in like 3 years. Kathy Lunsford, any messages from my husband, Jim? Yeah, he's showing me what he's doing is he's putting two pictures together. So I don't know if you recently just got two pictures of him and put them together, or if there's a picture of you and he together, but they're like attached, and they were taken separately, but they were just put together, or they were attached to each other. Attached to each other. Okay, attached to each other. So there's a reference there. He also keeps acknowledging the 31st. So the 31st of a month may be significant, or March 1st may be connected. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. I'm thinking of St. Patrick's Day. Sometimes when I think of St. Patrick's Day, it's easy either because the name Patrick or Pat is significant or connected, or because someone sometimes they're like they celebrate St. Patrick's Day and they like tend to be a drinker, or because of the background, the Irish heritage. So, but he showed me St. Patrick's Day, so there's a reference there as well because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging. It's funny because he's making fun of the bed or changing the bed. So I don't know if you recently just bought a new bed and he's letting you know that he knows that you bought a new bed, or if you just changed the entire bed set or the bed around. And he's just letting you know he's been watching you or seeing you like rearranging or moving some things around there. Okay. Karen De Leon, hi Fernie, just wondering if this person who came back into my life is a good thing. I feel like this is an opportunity for closure. that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I just don't feel like the connection's going to continue or carry on too long. So I'm thinking it's just an opportunity for closure at this point. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay. Pick somebody. I always try to. I try to pick new people every single time I do it, just because I want to give people a chance to get a reading. But sometimes I end up picking the same person I picked before, which is fine. If it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be. Let's go here. Hello, hi sweetheart. Oh my god, girl.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
You are like, girl. You are like 90s Chola fabulous. I just want to tell you right now, girl. The moment when I saw you, I was like, she's like 90s Chola fabulous.
Hi.
How you
Oh
doing,
my
Mama?
God. I'm doing awesome. I'm freaking out right now. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Oh my God. I
what
can't
ask
even
you
think
about?
right
What you
now.
wanna
You
ask
are
about?
just blowing my mind.
Oh, girl, don't worry. No worries.
Okay.
What do you ask
I
about?
want
What
to
do you wanna talk
know about work. I'm trying to start a new lash business. I have the whole setup at home. I just want to know, is that going to be successful, or do you see me going back to my old job because I've gotten word that they're going to want me back. So I'm just trying to see work-wise, what am I going to have? See a paycheck soon?
Yeah. I do think you're going to go back to your old job, but it may not either it's not a position you want, or it's just might be something that's like just for a little bit, because I don't see you sticking with it past July. So I feel like if you go back, you're only going to go back to July, and then after that you can kind of move on to something else. With the lash business, is this your second attempt at this, or your second?
No, sir. This is my
your second
first
one? Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. I feel like you're going to start two businesses. So if this is the first one, then this is going to be the first business. Here's the thing, though. The lash business that you start might be based around lashes that are going out of style. So what I see you doing is I see you making changes and adding a different service to it so you can keep that business rolling. So you'll start with So you'll start with lashes, and then you'll move into something more that has to do with aesthetics. Also, the jeweled lashes, or like the ones that have jewels, you'll be doing those as well. And then you'll actually go into doing more parties or events where you can go and do stuff like that as well. But yeah, you will start your own business. I do think the business will work, but I think you're going to end up going back to work, to your old job, just to get a paycheck in while you're starting your business. But by July, I think you'll be able to go ahead and leave it all together.
Oh my God, I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. And FYI, and I know you've already heard this before, but you need to be having your own vlog or YouTube channel where you talk about your business, or it's as if every client's going to be like
My sister, she don't
experience.
listen to
And
me,
you're like, girl,
Ferny.
come on,
Tell her she don't listen.
I don't understand. But you know why? Because she doesn't think that she's worth it, girl. You need to get over that. You need to get over that. The males growing up didn't know what you were worth. So you need to stop letting that affect you.
Amen. Preach.
Okay?
I love you.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, mama. You take care. And before you leave, there's a male over you who's passed away. He died kind of young. I want to say he actually died of like an overdose, or he got into an incident, but it was because he was under the influence. Do you know of a male that's passed? He's younger. He either took substances and had an accident, or he just passed from the substances he took. Benji. Do you know of a Benji or Benny, Benjamin sounding name that's connected to you? Okay.
Okay.
So let me go back a second. Do you remember? I want to say this is someone that would have been connected to high school, so I really want to go back because I feel like this was back in the day. So this is going back to high school. Do you remember a guy who either got into an accident because he was under the influence, or he actually had an overdose, and then that's how he
No, I
passed?
did have a high school friend that just passed, but not like that. Yes, sir.
Oh,
But
he
not
just
like that.
passed. Okay. Do you know if he had been
No,
drinking or
he had
he
been
had
shot.
taken something?
Okay.
Okay. No, that's not it. This is another male. This is another male. There's a Benjamin, Benny. I want to say Benny. I almost want to say this is like low key thug, but they weren't a thug, but they were low key thug. And this was back in high school. And I want to say this was like the second year before. So this would have been like into like either the junior or the junior or
Oh,
the sophomore or the
wow.
junior year. There was a guy who passed away who's connected to that name somehow. Either that's his name or that's how you would be connected to him. He wasn't family, but you would have known him during that time. There was even a thing on the news about him, and they even wrote a thing in the paper about him because there was like a mystery around like what happened because of the way he died. But it's like it was still an
Gosh, I
accident.
can't
It wasn't like an
remember.
intentional thing. Okay. Do you remember? Okay, back in when you were at that age, were there three women,
Yes.
three females that you used to hang out with all the time? Okay, that male is connected to one of the three. Either they were involved with this person in dating, or they were friends with this. This is how this person is connected to you. Do you
Yes.
still keep up with two of those females? Okay, ask them because they'll know
Okay.
who this person is, and they'll figure out like, oh, I know what he's
Okay.
talking about. I know who he's talking about. Yeah, so when you ask them and catch up with them, ask them, they'll
Okay.
know the guy that I'm talking about. Okay? All right. Yeah, start your business, girl. I don't know what you're waiting for. And get your ass on to me. Get your ass
Oh,
on the camera
thank
because you need
you.
to be
Okay.
talking to people
I
and
will. Thank you so much. I
okay?
love you.
All right, mama.
Bye.
You're welcome, sweetheart. I love you too, mama. You take care of yourself.
Oh my
Bye-bye.
gosh.
All right, let me go through here real quickly and get a couple more before I'm in. Yeah, her nails were foul. I was like, as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh girl, you taking me back all the way back to the 90s, back to my the days back when I had all my friends, there was the cholas and everything was just good with that. Shay, well, my husband and I have a successful pregnancy. I do believe you will have. So here's the thing. So I'm seeing three. So I would say that at some point I feel like there are three children or three kids that will be in the picture. That's what I'm assuming the three means. But I do feel that I'll say yes. I'll actually say yes. I do think that you'll have a successful pregnancy. If you start, you might have, you know what happens when someone like goes into labor early, but they're not actually in labor. It's almost like a false labor. If you start having that, I don't even want you to downplay it. Still go to the doctor, make sure you get that checked out so that way you're not putting the baby at risk. But also I would suggest keeping up an eye on your blood pressure because your blood pressure tends to spike too high. So you need to be careful about that because you might be at risk for preeclampsia as well. But I do think that I believe you'll get through it or you'll get through the pregnancy and you'll have a successful pregnancy. Okay. Let me go back to TikTok real quick, see if we can get somebody else on last minute before I get off here. Let's go here.
Hi,
Hello. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. I wanted to connect with my son Ryan. A lot of the readings you were saying really kind of resonated, and I just wanted to see if he was around.
Yeah. So with Ryan, I keep seeing the number 13. Do you know if the 13th of a month or do you know if the 13th of a month is connected?
My daughter's birthday, his sister's birthday.
Okay, so that may just be his way of acknowledging his sister or wanting to bring her to the conversation and wishing her a happy birthday. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging. Do you know if his head or his neck was affected?
His neck might have been, yes.
Okay. Because he's doing this, but he's also taking me up to here, almost like I feel like almost like a weird loosening up of this area, if that makes any sense. Because it's almost like I feel like this isn't as solid.
Yes.
Okay. Because he's making me feel this way. He also is acknowledging the 6th as well. Do you know if the 6th of a month or the month of June is connected?
My birthday's in June.
Got it. He's just wishing you a happy birthday, so he's acknowledging that as well. He just had a Mother's Day, so he's wishing you a happy Mother's Day, so he's making reference to this. He also makes me feel thank you. Do y'all have a picture? I'm seeing his hand. Do you have a picture of him with his hand in the picture, or him making a symbol or a sign with his hand?
Yes, I do. I actually do.
Perfect.
I have a huge picture of him.
Perfect, because he's acknowledging that picture, so that would be one of his favorites or his favorite, so he's making me reference that. He also keeps showing me a shirt. Did y'all have shirts made for him?
Yes, I did for his memorial, and I still wear them.
Perfect. He knows about the shirt, so he's making reference to that or acknowledging that. He's funny because he's like wanting to mess with you, almost like jokingly, almost like, you know, like they like to pick on their mom, so he's almost like picking on you in like a fun way. So he's coming across in that way. He also keeps acknowledging thank you.
Yes.
Do you also have a either tiger or bear connected to him?
He calls his dog Nipsey Bear.
He called his what?
He calls his dog, his pug, Nipsey Bear. Nipsey Bear.
Got it. So he's just, okay, got it. The dog is passed?
Our family dog has passed. She passed 3 months after he passed.
Okay. He's wanting to let you know that the dog is with them. So he's probably trying to tell us that the dog is with them. And he's got the dog with him. So he's making reference to that. He's also doing this. Did y'all have a memorial necklace made? Or are there 3 or 4 necklaces that were made for him?
Yes, I wear it every day.
Perfect. Do you know
with his face on it.
Perfect. Do you know if there's 3 or 4 of them?
Yeah, I made one for for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just acknowledging the ones that you made. So he's just making reference to that. He also, thank you. There's a female with him that comes across like a grandmother figure. Is your grandma passed? Your mom's mom?
Yes, my grandmother passed and my husband's grandmother.
Perfect.
Great-grandma.
He's with the grandmothers, so he's just acknowledging the grandmothers. Is there also a Dolores name connected to the family?
Dolores?
Mm-hmm.
Or he has an auntie named Dolores.
She's still alive though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know she helped a lot, or she tried to do a lot of extra things because of him?
No, not really.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna. Where's she going with this? What? Did y'all do like a brisket thing or like a banquet for him, a benefit for him?
We had a birthday party for him.
No, that's not it.
Because he wasn't here for his birthday.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's something else. Because he brought up the Dolores name. No, I don't think that's the Dolores. That's the one he's talking about. I think there's something else. I think there's another Dolores. Do you know if there's another Dora or Dolores name?
Delavina. Well, he has a grandma named Delavina that's in heaven.
Okay, that's what he's, okay. He's talking about the grandmother that did a lot for him. So if that's the one that's in heaven with him, that's probably who he's acknowledging, that DL name that he was trying to spell that out for me.
Yes, she let out.
That's it. Yeah. So he's just acknowledging.
He would hang around with her when he was little, always at her house.
Yeah, that's it. He's just acknowledging that he's with her and that she's done a lot to help him since his passing, and just to know that he's okay and that he's safe. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care of yourself, Mama, okay?
Thank you.
All right,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. TikTok's about to go down because I was getting that power stain as well. I need to get a better phone for this because this ain't gonna work with this. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back on Wednesday, okay? So I'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.